What is up, YouTube? It's Coffee on the vid. Back with some breaking news, man. Louisiana. Shout out my guy Lonnie. What's up, bro? With some big news here. They're joining Tennessee in finding new ways to deal with the most disgusting, disturbing, sick, demonic, evil, twisted sack of garbage criminals there is.
Good evening to you, friends. Greg and Liz here with you. So as of today, Louisiana is now the first state in the country to allow a convicted child to be surgically castrated.
Capitol correspondent Chris Rosado has been following this for us for some time now. It's been a few years to get this one passed. He joins us now in the studio. Chris.
Yeah, well, like other bills we've seen become law this year, this was another one that took several tries to get it across the finish line. For the first time in the country's history, child rape can now be ordered by a judge to have their testicles removed if the victim is under the age of 13 and the offender is older than 17. The law already allowed for judges to issue an order of chemical castration prior to the new law.
At the end of the day, I hope the kids know that they can feel safer, because there would be some real tough penalty actions that would occur when somebody violates their innocence.
The law also includes the crime of pornography involving juveniles as an underlying offense. And it's also not just limited to male offenders.
Unfortunately, females are as well, and that's a very sad thing to see and to hear. As a matter of fact, in one of the cases I was reading not too long ago, I read a case where that was actually happening with guards with children in a particular facility.
However, there are some circumstances where the convicted offender might not qualify for the procedure, but that would be up to the judge and a doctor at the Department of Corrections.
The problem with something like this is, multifaceted.
Attorney Jill Craft says she understands what the law is intended to do, but says she anticipates it to be challenged in the courts, arguing it falls under cruel and unusual punishment.
It kind of harkens back to, if you steal from me, I'm going to cut off your hand. Okay, well, how come we don't do that in the United States anymore? Well, because it's cruel and unusual punishment.
Craft explains how in most incidents of force, the act is done not so much out of some sick desire, but something much more sinister.
It's not the notion of having somebody for some sort of pleasure. It is the notion of domination and control. I understand what they think they were trying to accomplish. It's just, this is not the way.
So Senator Barrow says she ultimately hopes, at the very least, this new law will work as a deterrent for potential child. And according to Kraft, aside from Louisiana, the only other places on the globe who allow surgical Madagascar, the Czech Republic, and one state in Nigeria. Guys.
All right, Chris, definitely we'll have some folks talking. I appreciate that. Thank you.
So there you have it. Like I said, Louisiana joins Tennessee. Tennessee was big news a little while back. We were reporting on this a month or so ago, maybe a month and a half, somewhere in that time frame, where it came official in Tennessee, something that they had tried to do before, and I think actually did do, if I'm not mistaken, but it got rolled back, where they have a possible DEATH sentence for sick individuals like this. And now you heard it, Louisiana will, I guess we'll call it, order this procedure. That's the way we'll put it, you know what I mean? And this is good that these states are pushing and finding different ways to deal with these evil, sick creeps, man. We're all the way here in 2024. The world is advanced in so many ways. Technology's off the hook. There's just, things just continue to advance. And when it comes to dealing with evil, you have to advance that as well. And for far too long, this kind of sick, twisted ish, just, they didn't change it up. Like these sick ass individuals, which I call demons, always whenever we speak about these creeps, they need to be stopped. It's just not acceptable like that this kind of stuff could happen. No, stop these motherfuckers. And you heard him too, speaking about deterrence, as that one individual was speaking about, like, oh, is this really gonna, you know what I mean? When they were talking about something far more sinister, like more or less kind of sounded like they were trying to say that this won't do what they think it will, but maybe it'll act as a deterrent and, I guess, scare some of these other demons out there or something like that, Jump in the comments and let me know what you guys think about all this. I applaud both these states for, stepping their game up when it comes to law and the criminal justice system. I believe I heard reports too that Florida was trying to follow what Tennessee was doing. We'll have to wait and see what happens with that. That was just talk that I was hearing, you know, like official reports, but who knows how it'll all go at the end of the day. But I applaud these two states for real, for real. Good job. Stand up to evil. Now, as I said a little bit earlier in this video though, with the whole Tennessee thing, I believe, like I said, that they had that law, you know, with the sentencing guidelines and the possible death penalty put into place before, but it like got rolled back. And that's kind of what you heard that one individual speaking of, about cruel and unusual punishment. You know, let me know if you think that that could be a factor and something could happen that they could try to, you know, put a stop to this. I hope not, you know what I mean? Because you heard him like, oh, this is America more or less. Why aren't we off with their hands type ish for thieves? And you also heard him saying the only other places in the world that this is going down is Madagascar, the Czech Republic, and one state in Nigeria. And it felt like they were trying to say like, oh, this is America, this is un-American, and you know, like there's rights here and stuff like that. And you know, to that I just retort and say, yes, I get it, this is America. America's not supposed to be barbaric or whatever. You know, it's like a lot of people who are opposed to the DEATH penalty say, but when it just comes to this kind of evil, these demons, right? Like they don't need the type of rights that you know, the average individual has. They are the lowest of the low, and that's just what it is in my opinion. So in closing, once again, good job Tennessee, good job Louisiana. We need to see more states step their game up and you know, combat this evil. It's been far too long that there's been leniency and stuff like that where there's no space for any leniency, for any mercy, for any sympathy. There's a situation too in New York State with one individual who committed some very heinous, sick, disturbing, twisted crimes on some demonry. He was, comment and let me know, everyone, if you would like a further video on this. There's this individual in New York State that did his time, but they used like a loophole, I guess you could say, in the law books, right, to keep him committed into a mental facility after he did his time, where he still sits to this day. And I'm like, damn, New York State, why haven't you done this in other similar instances? Why just with one individual, if there does exist a loophole out there? You know, like, step your game up, do something, fight evil. You know, it's a pretty long story, the situation in New York I'm talking about. But again, comment and let me know if you'd like to hear that story. And again, let's talk about your thoughts on this topic across the board. Subscribe to the channel and stay tuned for more. It's Coffee Talking News over here, signing out. Peace and God bless everyone. Do your part to fight evil as well, and keep your head on a swivel. You know what I'm saying? Evil's out there, demons are out there. Let's be safe. Let's make the world a better place. Peace.